rod and retune the knobs. But I got my cheat sheet in the box there, so I just came back to 40 meters. I was on 80 the last couple of days, and the times of day I could get on, there was nobody on, so I was like, why bother? So I went out and retuned it. My buddy Ron out there was out there, and lo and behold, here we are. So the rig here is the Apache Labs A9100 SDR into an Ameritron AL1500. About the same gain. I'm putting like 4 watts in, about a $1.50 out carrier. So that's the story over here. I'm going to pass to Joe because I think he said it was still in there. So if he's not, then I'll send it back to you. But N2YR KD2BRM, over to you, Joe.
Thank you, Ernie. Let me see something a second. My noise level dropped from about 10 over down to 2. And it feels like somebody flipped the light switch, and it definitely was dramatic shift I've seen. But I went from noise up to where I can hear him quite well. You answered my question earlier about the I heard you did the patrol carrier rod, you did the supply and all that. It sounds good. Sounds really good. 150 watts, 150 watts would be about to be able to operate all the time. Going to make the effort myself to work on 813 rig upstairs to get that going, and that gives me about 250 watts of carrier. Physical limitations are the problem here. In good shape. The place of my employment was local community college. They let me set up a station there. I had the 813 rig, and I was driving it with the school's Ranger, the school's RZ90A, and they let me play radio on weekends and after work. Not too many places okay, Bob, I don't know if you're still hearing me, so I'm sending it down to you. NM3Y, November 2, Yankee Romeo.
All right, N2YR. This is NM3Y. Okay, Joe. Yeah, I got most of that. Okay, on the 813 rig. I got a really nice 813 rig I built back, I don't know, 2004, 2005. I got 2 813s, modulating 2 813s in 3 separate decks. I have a power supply deck that has 3 separate voltages coming out of it. High voltage for the RF deck, negative grid bias, totally adjustable, 0 to -300, and screen voltage, totally adjustable, 0 to 800 positive. So I've got the RF deck set up really nice, and the modulator is in a deck by itself with its own self-contained power supply. And that turned out really, really nice. And anyway, yeah, Ernie, what this is well, it's all something I've been wanting to do for a while, and finally got around to doing it. I have this antenna tuned for 7290, but I can take it all the way down to 7250, and the match is only 1.1 to 1. And of course, it's perfectly flat up here. So, you know, if I want to operate some sideband in the upper portion of 40, it's certainly not a problem. The tuned circuit consists of a roller inductor that I bought back in the early 2000s. A really nice roller inductor. It's made out of copper strap. So it's a really beefy roller inductor. I actually bought it from Palstar way back then. They don't make it anymore. They made it for about almost 10 years after I bought it, and then they stopped making it like around 2008 or 2010. and it's a real tank, and it's brand new, and I never used it. So a combination of that roller inductor and a big variable cap bread slicer, that's what's at the base of the antenna. In a little, it's in a weather-tight box, sitting on some cinder blocks in a box. I put some legs on the box. So I was just sitting there, and if I wanted to go out and retune it for 75, the AM window, that wouldn't be a problem at all. I have that option just to go out there. I got the, don't really need to move the cap. I just need to move the inductor, and I got it marked on one of the coils with a magic marker where it needs to be for the AM window on 75, and of course the AM window here on 40. So yeah, it seems to be working great. So anyway, like I said, you guys are the first contacts I'm making on it. I did have one of those 75-to-1 matching transformers on the end of this, but you know how AM is with with balance and matching transformers and so on and so forth. It never really likes it. So KD2BRM, this is NM3Y.
Okay, very good. NM3Y, KD2BRM. Well, very nice setup there. Yeah, it sounds like you have a a robust tuner there. So you're like me. It's, you can't channel surf. You got to go outside and change things up. But that's great. Wow, it's great. You just have to move the inductor there, and you don't even have to change the tuning cap. That's good. Yeah, I get lucky like that on well, most of 40 meters. Once I have the left side tuning cap set up on the Johnson box, I just have to move the right side one. On 75 meters, if I want to, if I'm in the AM window, I can move down to about 3800 with just the right side tuning cap, and then after that, if I want to go to 3705, which is another AM hangout, not sure if you're aware of these days, 3705 is another spot that guys kind of use to get away from the ghetto portion of the window, as the 3885 is known as. That one I have to adjust, the left side cap as well. But very nice setup there. So it's pretty damn efficient. Pretty rock solid signal there, so nice job, man. It sounds great. I'll pass it back to Joe, and I gotta hit the little boys' room, so if it gets back to me and I don't pick up, you guys roundtable it, or maybe someone else will break in. But I'll be right back. Over to Joe, N2YR in the group, KD2BRM. I'll be right back.
WB2HJK. WB2. Nothing heard. Yeah, I heard Ron's comment about unfortunately, the highest I can get my antenna up in the air is about 30-35 feet. That slopes down go-to tune, and the linears, and I really like to get something that runs 3,500, but man, oh man, all I could see is the replacement cost. Also, Bob, I heard you mention your 813 rig minus a single 813 rig, populated by apparently 11. And somewhere on the internet, of the modulator being tested. I patched into an AX100. You know, just to make sure I had it properly, and the audio was trash. I figured I'd make my mistakes at lower power levels and make less smoke and damage less components if things went horribly wrong. So that was the first rig I put together. That was larger than 10 watts, and I was very unsure of myself every is far from perfect, but it worked. It worked and gave me a real good pat on the back. It worked right out of the box. I made it as a mono. I happened to get a hold of a ceramic switch, and I added it as a band switch, and recapped the inductor for WB2HJK. Get it on 40 and successfully. WB2HJK. I have put together something very similar. It's downstairs in the operating position. Got an old broadcast transmitter down there. Put on 160 and 75. I built a T-match for everything I have downstairs. The two capacitors and the variable inductor. That worked very, very well. I never was able to calculate the Q on that, but apparently it was pretty high, and it worked good. This was all back in the late 1900s and early 2000s, when you could still buy a lot of this stuff. That was in the pre-eBay, explosion, which unfortunately has killed off a lot of people. The last few I went to, I got gone there just to visit people that had lost things that I had met over the radio exchanges. So hopefully you can still hear me, man.
You still there, Bob?
WB2HJK. Oh yeah, I'm here. I completely lost Joe in the atmospheric noise. My God, I just can't get over how vicious it is here. I've been listening to 40 all week out in the big garage. I have a radio out there, and the band's been in beautiful shape. Never had this kind of atmospheric noise that I'm hearing now. But no, I'm sorry I couldn't hear Joe at all on that last transmission. It's just got completely wiped out. But anyway, back to you there, Ernie, since you're back. KD2BRM, NM3Y.
WB90's
Alright, there's two stations, I guess, trying to break in. So, I don't know. I can't ask which one to go first, because I can't hear you both. Somebody give a call and somebody stand by.
WB2HJK.
Alright, whoever that was, I have like no carrier on you, but lot of audio coming up the sidebands, but like hardly no carrier there.
Whiskey Bravo 2.
Yeah, the Whiskey Bravo 2 have a lot of distortion. Not much of a carrier, but a lot of audio coming up the sides. I don't know if you got to maybe turn your mic gain down or something there. Something ain't sounding right on your station.
Okay, let me try. It's WB2HJK, Ernie.
Oh, that's you, Tom. All right, Tom, if you could pick up the other station, pick him up there. Yeah, because I can't hear him too well. So we're probably getting at that time of day where we got to do the ARRL type stuff. So pick him up, Tom. I think, what are you, WB9DZS, if I have that correct. Tom, welcome aboard. Yeah, pick up the other station, Tom, if you got him. Go ahead, take it.
Ernie, I gotta get out of here. I will, hopefully the band conditions will be better this afternoon, and maybe we could hook back up again then. So let me say 7-3 to everyone. It was nice running across you, and be talking to you real soon on 40 AM here. Catch us later, guys. This is NM3Y Clear.
Okay, Bob, 73. Yeah, I'll be in and out throughout the day, so if you can try and get back later, that would be great. Maybe band conditions. Maybe Ron will be out there as well, my buddy out there in Long Island as well. So good to hear you, 73. And I'll pass it over to Tom, WB9DZS. Take it away, Tom.
Yeah, okay, Ernie. We'll say goodbye there to NM3Y. Or is it N2YR? No, that was the other one. NM3Y is coming in here very well. 5.9 plus 10. Yeah, I don't have much of a voice, but I was recording you and I kept hearing WB2HJK from Long Island trying to break in several times, and that's why I decided to break in and let you know it was him calling. And we'll stand by. Go ahead, WB2HJK. This is Tom, Whiskey Bravo 9, Delta Zulu Sierra in Chesterfield, Virginia. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Tom, and thank all of you. I hope this is a little better. WB9DZS, Whiskey Bravo 2, Hotel Japan Kilo. Any better?
Yeah, Roger. What's the name there?
I'm sorry, please repeat that.
I was asking what's your handle. What is the name?
Oh, I'm sorry. My name is George. Juliet, Oscar, Romeo, Juliet. Over.
Yeah, okay. Juliet, Oscar, Romeo, Juliet. Oh, thanks. We've worked before 3 times, I think. WB2HJK. This is WB9 Delta Zulu Sierra. And we're down here just south of Richmond, Virginia. And so I don't know how well, you're about S7. S7. Ernie, you're, I think, about 10 over 9 here. So go ahead and go ahead and take it, Ernie. KB2BRM, WB9DZS.
Thank you, Tom, for the 5.7. You're 5.8. 5.8 here in Long Island City. Thank you very, very much, and I hope this audio is a little bit better. I know I tortured the ears of the other station, but I haven't been on AM for a very, very long time. Over.
Yeah, roger that. I think it's been a while since we worked you. I'll have to look back in the log. I don't think Ernie and the others were copying you as well. Let me see if I can bring up my logbook and figure out just when it was. CW. Search on WB2HJK. Put it in the right spot. I'll do well. Excuse me for the delay. Let's see here. Looking up previous I've worked you on AM. First September 23rd, 2018 on 3885. Then again in October on 2018 on 3885. And the last time was June of 2019 on 7285. So we have caught you on AM before. So anyhow, we'll see how Ernie up there is copying. You guys may be a little too close for each other. Ernie, how do you copy WB2HJK, KB2BRM, WB9 Delta Zulu Sierra?
Okay, Tom. Yeah, I heard him the last go around well enough to not key up when you passed it over to me. So yeah, we're pretty close. He's over in Long Island City, so we're only about 25-30 miles. And I don't know what type of antenna he's running there either. So you know, if it's a little more vertically polarized, it's probably going to get out to you better in the distance than me locally here. But he did come up that last go around. Ain't that funny, right? You almost had a year-to-date QSO there. Would you say the 23rd of 2018? We're at 9/21 today, right? So there you go. Yeah, very good, Tom. Yeah, I've been farting around here. I retuned the antenna for 40. I had tuned it for 75, and you know, the time of day that I can get on the radio, there's like no one around or the band is dead. So I stuck around there for a couple of days. I spoke to Bear yesterday late morning, GCR, and you know, the last couple of days I've been listening to static. So I was like, you know what? I went back outside, retuned the box to 7290. Lo and behold, my buddy Ron was out there, WB2RON, and then Joe came in there, which actually I don't want to forget about Joe, N2YR, and then Bob came in there, NM3Y. We had a nice table, a couple other stations, I think a couple other stations came in, or maybe that was it, I don't know, I'm losing track. But anyway, very good, good to hear you, Tom. I'm going to pass it over to Joe, N2YR, if you're still in there, NM3Y signed. And so I think it's just us 3 or 4. So over to you, Joe, N2YR. See if you can make it there to Tom, WB9DZS. Over to you, Joe. Okay, copy Joe, N2YR, signing but listening, KD2BRM, very good. Okay, yeah, Tom, I don't know if you heard that. Joe said he's not hearing you well. So you guys might be at that weird point of the day on 40. You know, that's always what's interesting with 40. I had the FEF SDR on before, which I never do. And I did it yesterday just to check something out. And I made a couple of adjustments on this end on the audio. And but I never use it, but it's always interesting. Before, when I went to the bathroom, I put it on so that I could listen, because I always have the SDR here in my headphones. So I do that for multiple reasons here. But so I threw on the FEF, and it's just interesting to watch the signals differ. From Joe to me, and then Joe to Mike's place, and then Bob to Mike's place, and vice versa, and and all that kind of stuff. So it's always interesting to see how the antennas propagate in east, west, north, south, and close in and far out, and all that kind of jazz. So anyway, all good stuff. Tom, I'll pass it to you, and then I don't know if the other station's still in there, the WB2HJK. So over to you, Tom, and then if the other station's in there, I'll give it over to him.
Yeah, Roger, Ernie, KD2BRM, WB9DZS. And I was copying Joe there in Endicott, pretty solid, not real strong, probably about S6. Just above the noise level, but I was able to copy. He was a little weaker on that transmission than the prior transmissions, but the band isn't real great between us there. I don't know how much power Joe was running there, and so I'm really pressing my voice. These are my last days of phone contacts for many reasons, and I wasn't even going to operate phone today. For several days here, I almost lost my voice completely, having to whisper. So I've been I barely get up to the shack. Yesterday, I think I only got up here once for it was probably an hour, and did a little slow scan and went back. I slept almost the entire day yesterday, so not quite as worn out today, but I could really feel it on my voice. So I'm going to make this my final. We'll go ahead and turn it back to the station in Long Island, and nice to hear you on. I'll post this video, the QSO, on YouTube. And I'll post a link on the Facebook page. And if anybody just searches YouTube for their call sign, I put that in as a tag, so that it should come up, or my call sign. It should bring up my channel with my recording. So anyhow, I'll do that now before I go back downstairs. We're going to have to go back down here shortly. So 73, Ernie, and we'll turn it back to Long Island there. Let's see, I put them in a log? No, I didn't put them in a log yet. I got to do that. WB2HJK from WB9 Delta Zulu Sierra. Go ahead.
Thank you, Tom. WB9DZS and the group. A wonderful group, a very welcoming group, and I thank each and every one of you. It's the best I can do using a horizontal wire. I don't copy everybody great, except of course the other station that seems to be in control. Very, very nice signal here. But otherwise, that's the best I can do for about, 20, 30 watts? Let's see. About 20 or 30 watts. Each of the wires, so it's propagation that's allowing me to be heard by anybody. Anyway, thank you, Tom, very much. Please convey, in case no one else can hear, my best to the group. And I'll go ahead and sign out again. Leave you guys with whatever is left. And I thank you very much for the welcome and the support. I'll give it over to you, Tom. Again, and DZS and the group. Thank you again all. WB2HJK signing.
Did you get that, Ernie? He's running 20 to 30 watts and a wire antenna. 73, Ernie, we'll turn it back to you, and maybe somebody else will come on in here. KD2BRM, WB9 Delta Zulu Sierra.
Okay, very good, Tom. WB9DZS, KD2BRM. Yeah, I actually was able to pull that QSO out. I either have a lot of fade coming from his station, or I can't quite tell. I'd be curious to see how he looks on your pan adapter, because I know what he looks like here. And you know when the carrier dips down and the sidebands like take over. That's what I'm getting here. So maybe there's just a lot of selective fade between him and I. But I was able to pull out that last transmission. So nice to meet you there, WB2HJK. Didn't catch your name. I know what it says in QRZ, but I know that's not what you said over the air, though. But anyway, yeah, I'm starting to pull you out here in Long Island. So all good stuff. Yeah, I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to leave everything on. I'm going to step away from the station real quick. But good to hear everyone out there, and I'll give a shout in a few minutes. Just got something to take care of real quick here at the BRM Shack, and yeah, I'll check your YouTube, Tom. I think I subscribe to your YouTube channel. So yeah, I always look forward. You know, I always like hearing I always like looking at the clips, not to like hear myself repeat what I just said for the last 20 minutes or 30 minutes, but I'm always curious to see how the other stations are coming into you versus my place, and like I said, with the FEF stuff, so I always like to see the difference in propagation and signal strength and all that good jazz. So, as always, thanks for recording, thanks for coming in, and yeah, if you rushed your voice, throw an ice cube on your voice box there, and maybe you come back in later when it picks up. But good to hear you, Tom, as always. And stay well. WB9DZS, KD2BRM. We'll be back in a couple of minutes.